Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello.
So sorry for the delay, but we're here. So we're missing Mary Claire and Braylon because Braylon is sick and Mary Claire is on the opposite side of the world. So
Yeah, that's
some
right.
sleep is what she needs. So yep. So we may have one or both of them pop in at some point, but it'll be Cam and I holding it down. Well, love to you guys drop a hello so we can see who else hanging out with us today.
Hello, hello. I was the reason why we were late because I was filming a dance class today. They needed me, so I apologize. That is the only reason why she is late, okay? It was because of me, not her.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I appreciate that. I'm currently doing one of my remote jobs. I'm finishing up a post and then I'll be
What? You're working and streaming at the same time?
always we call that
Oh,
booked and blessed.
oh my gosh.
And if you guys have any questions that you want to ask us, drop it in the chat. We'll see it. You'll see it. We'll all see it. It'll be good.
This episode 4 was
It was
super exciting.
yes,
I
it
enjoyed
was.
it a lot.
Yes, I'm kind of open to oh, look, Stevie said it was fine, so it's fine. Stevie said it was perfect that it was late. Um, I think we could probably touch on whatever pops into our brains is like, okay, this happened because I know K-pop challenge was talked about, and then
Yes.
Megas dropped, and elimination battle. So those can be our 3 topics that we touch on. Sweet, that's done with that. Now I can talk here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of K-pop mission, it was so funny because I remember I watched it before obviously episode 4 came up, which all of us probably did, right? And then I remember saying, I was like, "Oh, Royal Family did dope." I knew that they weren't clean, but I just love the energy that they throw into the performances. So I was like, "Oh yeah, I mess with Royal Family." So watching episode 4 was just hilarious because I was like, "Oh dang, everyone else didn't think that same thing." I remember having like 1 to 2 people in my chat or in my comments. They were like, oh yeah, like I agree with that. Like Royal Family did good, this and that. But everybody else was like, nah, you're tripping, bro.
I mean, I feel like there's beauty in the in different opinions. For me, it always comes down to: are you able to find peace with your justification? And if you are, then it's the respect of the opinion, because there is no way you can objectively review any challenge on this franchise because they never set it up for success that way anyway.
Yeah, right.
So I I got you, Cam. You're allowed to feel how you feel. Is my point.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So I guess let's start. I think we should start with the K-pop challenge, or we could talk. Let's start with Megas because Megas dropped before. I mean, right after the episode. Um,
Yes.
yeah, let's do Mega Cruise so we can go through each one. I saw that you on your stream you've reviewed them. I reviewed them. I also watched Trix review it from Prime Kings. Oh man,
Oh
so
yeah, I didn't see anyone else review them, but I feel like I could kind of get a sense of what people are liking more than others.
The top 3 right now, because voting doesn't close until tomorrow. It's Bums Up first, Ojo Gang second, and Motive is coming in at third right now. So
Hmm.
is that a reflection of how you would have personally ranked them? Or well, firstly, Cam, can
Yes.
you can you touch on what do you look for when you're reviewing the Mega Cruise? What is something as a viewer you're like, okay, this is how I personally rank before getting into your ranking?
Mm. Okay, so what I kind of go through here is that when when it starts, right, I'm always like, okay, what's eye catching? What is the concept here? What are they trying to portray to the average viewer? And I think whenever I'm looking at it just from that perspective, I'm not trying to think too hard about it. I'm like, what can I easily tell what they're trying to say here? Right. And I think one thing that every single one touched on was uh their culture. You know,
Mhm.
that one, that's like very simple, very there. Everyone sees that that's happening. And I just kind of see which one kind of did the best portraying where they come from and just their backgrounds and stuff like that. That and
Mhm.
how they utilize the huge amounts of people as well. Cause I think I mean, it's a mega crew, if you're not using everybody, then what's the point? That's how I think.
I got you. So how did you rank them? So who was your I mean, if you're not wanting to itemize it, because for me, I'm probably not gonna itemize it. Like if
Uh-huh.
you say who are your preferences of like, I would love to see these people score well, and then which ones are like, I see these not doing very well, just from
Mhm.
your perspective.
Yes, for my perspective, I said Bumps Up was really great. Bumps Up was really great. Arch Tokyo and Ojo Gang. But I think Ojo and Motive are like a close third for me. I really enjoy Bumps Up and Arch Tokyo's though. I do think AG Squads was a little bit underwhelming. I feel like they could have done a lot more. I'm not going to get into specifics right now, but that's just how I ranked it.
I got you. Totally get that. So for me, somebody had asked about what there's a lot of not controversy, but there's a lot of opinions about what people deem mega crews. So as someone who's
Hmm.
judged mega crews, here's what the definition that I've had to operate is. It's a
Hmm.
quantity of people competing. So it's not there's certain like endearments you're allowed be competing in a mega crew versus a regular small group or large group. But
Hmm.
mega crew by HHI definition is 11 members or more. So if you had
Uh,
11 members and you pass, I don't know if they have a quantity thing they had to meet. Most seasons they've had to. So
mhm.
as long as they meet that threshold, it should be fine. You shouldn't get any deductions for that. But it's based on the number of people. It's not based off of wow factor, other components, because
Mhm.
it's you're supposed to judge a mega crew the same as you judge a regular choreography that you
Mhm.
see in a competitive space. There's just different things you're allowed to do in a mega, such as running off stage. You can do more in formations, you can do more in dynamics, you can do more if you choose to storytell, you can, but some circuits don't allow storytelling because it's
Mhm.
it's a it's too cultural and it doesn't pertain to the criteria that you're supposed to justify. So I know WDCC and HHI operate that way. But
Mhm.
with this, we can't look at this the same way because they're all of them are being viewed from a cinematic lens. So you have to look at how the video has been edited. So that's the choreography too, is whatever you choose to represent because of criteria. Two out of the three criteria are very subjective, such as
Right.
you have to like the competency or the capabilities of the director. That's very subjective because part of determining that would be how they handled the rehearsal space and handled the filming space. And then on top of the flow of how things were edited. And it's a team effort. It's not just a director's choice. I mean,
Mhm.
Marley edited a Motives video, but there's some people who had teams to do that. So I think that's not my favorite criteria that they've had because it's
Mhm.
too much. There's too much room for what ifs and emotions and how you feel about it. And then the other one was representing your country. That's also subjective because yes, you can have a description in your video, but I'm not going to know the nuance of bums up in comparison to motive. And I'm not going to know AG squads as much as I'm going to understand Ojo gangs. And so I think
Right.
that's why it's very unfortunate to have that criteria because it's really going to come down to whoever's judging what their preference or what their knowledge is outside of the description in the video. So that's
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I really don't have any skin in the game in terms of who's going to score well and who's not, because I have no idea who the judges are, what they know, what they don't know, and how all that's going to go down. If I were there, I would say when it comes to, I think RH Tokyo's, I know a lot of people were not fans of it because it was a music video style, but I was able to see a mega crew format within it, and I touched on it on my analysis. It's because people are so conditioned, which is totally fine, conditioned to see mega crews with quantity from the beginning and at the end because it's in the rules. You have to have
Mhm.
your start all on stage and finish on stage. So we are all conditioned to see numbers and numbers, and then you small group it. But RH Tokyo didn't do that, which is why
Right.
it felt like a music video. And then you
Mhm.
saw it near the end. So I would say with Ojo Gang in Bums Up, they have the advantage of operating mega from the jump. So they
Yeah.
have that there. People affiliate Mega Crew with numbers because of 1 mil, because of the hundreds of people that were there in that. Most Mega Crews, you're only allowed to have up to 40. So even 1 mils couldn't compete outside of that stage.
That stage.
Yeah, like that wouldn't have worked in any other Mega Crew circuit to my knowledge, because it's against the rules. It's up to 40, I think, and most crews top out around the 30 to 35. So that's why I don't mind a smaller mega, because I'm used to seeing smaller Mega Crews. But I know most people in the show, once they saw the 1 mil quantity, they're like, oh, Bums Up has to match that.
Yeah.
So
Go big or go home
go
type
big,
of
go home.
mentality.
And they went super cultural, which I appreciate. That's part of the criteria. The one thing I also felt with the cultural criteria is it's a street dance competition. So you have to have street dance in your mega crew. And so
Mm.
if you only go super, super cultural, I talked about this with the World Street Woman Fighter Vietnam with Oops. They did very well. I
Oh
love their
yes.
set, but it was very, very cultures heavy, which is
Mhm.
cool, but it's a street dance competition, which is why HHI doesn't, like, your cultural storyline is not, it's only going to give you a deduction. It's not going to work in your favor because it's outside of the confines of the historical and cultural boundaries of street dance. So
Mhm.
that is just like, that's why it's
Yeah.
so
So
hard. You can't.
technically within those lines, basically like Ojo
Ojo
is
bums
the
up. Yeah.
mhm.
I mean, Ojo, because then they'll run into the cultural thing, because say a lot of people don't understand Osaka, Japanese culture, like they understand Tokyo culture or they understand Korean culture, right? So that's why that whole criteria, I understand, like it's showing your.
Oh, where did she go? Where did
Oh,
she go?
oh no, my internet's been walking. Okay, I forgot where. Am I okay? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. You're
Okay.
back. You're back. You're good.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, at least we know that the stream doesn't end when I get kicked off.
Yeah. I
That's
was
good.
like,
That would be
where'd you
awful.
go?
Awful, awful. Oh man, I don't know where I was leaving off. Yeah. With It's just hard because I mean, it's anybody's game, but it's all coming down to subjective. It's always been subjective, but showcasing your color as a team normally happens in the finale. You don't do this here. You do it at the end where you have
Mhm.
everybody. They're like, showcase you as a crew, you as a team, and that's where you get to see this kind of stuff. But anyway, that's just my overload of all of that. So all that to say, I can see, I mean, the order that it is in does not surprise me.
Mhm.
I'm not I'm not like super surprised that RH Tokyo is as low, but I do get the impression that there's a lot of outside things that are influencing why that one is low, not the quality of the video or the.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Because it's definitely a great, is amazing quality. It's crazy. I literally
Right.
told my viewers, I was like, you could literally throw a song or any artist on this, and it's a music video, like straight up. So I was
Yeah, I mean,
like,
yeah. Yeah, I do. Madeline said, "I wish Oja did a better job of blending and transitioning their sections." I heard that with Vibrancy, because I know Vibrancy, not personally, but I know them enough to where, like, I know some of the people who work for them, and they're the
mhm,
create camera crew for Ojo Gang for that. And I don't believe it was the same people shooting all of them, but it's the same team. So there's a chance that depending on, like, because my gut, I would say that half of it was shot in Japan with Fabulous Sisters, and half was shot with Twice in Korea. So I'm honestly impressed that they were able to get spaces that were cohesive like that, considering 2 different countries they had to fly to film.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, everyone's trashing on everybody for different reasons is what I've been noticing. People trashed on Motive because of their balls to wall difficulty against Ojo Gang. People were messing with Ria Hata because of a lot of how Mnet was showcasing the editing, as well as what a lot of people are talking about what their mega crew gives impression wise of imperialism, like little things like that. Bums up now in hot water today because of a reaction video where some of the members were saying some unfiltered things and it just got privated. So very touchy times is where we're in right now. So yeah. And then Motive, of course, I mean, it's a very controversial mega crew video that Motive made, but it just depends, someone said there's always something. Why I just touched on that. Yes. They were talking about other team members in the reaction. They already issued an apology. It's all over X. Guys, things never go away. That's what I was talking about with the FED reaction. I was like, the unfortunate thing is when you're in a position of responsibility, which is what everybody participating on the show is, or people who have participated on the show, as well as myself, who's commentated for the show in years past, and Cam, now you're in this position too, of you have responsibility and nothing goes away, ever.
Facts.
At all. So you just have to be prepared to take ownership for something that you said 2 years ago. Even if you don't think that way now, you have to be prepared for it, right? And sometimes your unfiltered feelings are not the most appropriate thing to put on the internet. So that's unfortunate, but there's a way that you can be honest, but also be like, I know that this can be taken out of context, and you just have to be mindful, which is why going live is always so scary, because
can't fix nothing.
I need to be myself, but also I'm like, what if I rant and then it goes on Reddit and then people rant about me on Reddit? That's life anyway.
Yeah, it's life. It's
huge, because with megas, because I have HHI judging experience with megas, they're always a very not sensitive, but I'm always very, that's like the big challenge that I normally tackle every season of the show. So that's why I have so much to say about it.
So I said, thoughts on the beginning of the episode?
It's the bums up excerpt about how they got railed in the comments for their mega. Nope, for their K-pop mission. For the
K-pop mission. That's
what are your thoughts?
I mean, I understand why, like, well, what am I trying to say here? I feel like the reason why Mnet did it, right, was because, they just want to show that, Korea's been going through things, or Team Korea has been going through things, and I'm not mad at it necessarily, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like everybody kind of got something said to them through the K-pop mission, but it only being bumps up, and then showing that people were still encouraging towards bumps up. It's cool. It's cool. I'm glad to see that people are still, clapping it up for bumps up. You know what I'm saying?
There was we were not going to be seeing my videos in that. I wasn't mean, but I was honest. That's my job. So it's, I don't expect my video to pop up on that kind of stuff unless it's like, I don't know. I don't freaking know. That's whatever. But yeah, when I saw that, I laughed, because whenever you do the episode reaction or review, you're like, no one should be surprised that I am not here. Like,
yeah, facts. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, they didn't throw mine in there for sure. Because I said what I had to say for it. I was like, I don't know about this one.
Oh, side note, I have some Mnet tea on behalf of my own channel. So one of my videos got removed by Mnet themselves, by CJ Entertainment. And it wasn't an analysis video, funnily enough, right? It was my Echo Challenge short that I did that got removed.
Echo
And
challenge?
the Echo, yeah, because I covered the leader class and I did the rookie class flip flop. I did the physical covers of those, so it's like a dance challenge. It's like, yeah, and so mine got removed. I got an email about it. It wasn't it just got taken down, and I got a copyright strike out of it. So I had to email CJ Entertainment, and I had to kind of be like, okay, how can I get them to take this down, or to take this strike off of my channel, but also them not see all my long form video.
They gave you like a strike.
They gave me a copyright strike, yeah, for it. And that was out of everything to copyright me on, it was the Echo challenge. Like I've never gotten a short taken down from that.
Yeah, in a short too. That's so.
It was a short, and so I had to email them, and they said, "Hey, just take the video down and send us the link, and we'll revoke it." And I said, "Bet, take that down real quick. It's still on Patreon if y'all want to go see it, whatever." There, and then I was like, "Here, send that email. I don't have a copyright strike anymore." Whew.
Okay, good.
But I swear though, when I got that, I was like, "Oh no, they're gonna come after me for Stage Fighter Season 2, for this," because I don't have an NDA with Mnet, so I can be honest. I don't have to be nice. I can be like, this isn't right, this isn't fair, and this is not appropriate. But also, anyway, Prince Hades, you said there's a YouTube channel that used my video talking about Bums Up and how good they were in a mission, and they used that to help promote Bums Up a little. Can you drop the link?
Wow.
This is the first I'm hearing of this. Yeah, I know. Hi. Yeah. Copyright strike for a dance challenge. I've never received that. I've gotten a copyright strike before, but it was for it was a bootleg movie that I was watching. It was a View and Harmony movie that they made in pre-debut, and I uploaded it, and it was unlisted, and they took that mess down fast. And they said, "Here's a strike." I said, "I earned it. I deserved it."
I'll take this one to the chest.
Yeah. So, Stevie, no, they didn't email me. YouTube automatically emails you whenever somebody files. Like they had to file though a report. Like they found the video and they had to have reported it. Is what would happen, because what happens on the channel content analytics side, I don't know if it shows up this way for you, Cam, but you can see copyright claims like when people use audio of yours, and for me, mine's always not my own stuff. Mm-hmm. And they and they can see who all uses their material, and so there's a good chance they may have just done like a mass equivalence of that. But yeah, for a dance challenge of all things. Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was honestly like, no shorts, at least mine, even if they're just reactions of videos, never get copyrighted at all. So I was like, the fact that you got striked.
I got a strike, like no grace on that.
For a short is.
I mean, I made a couple dollars off of that short, but that's about it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. So hopefully, guys, maybe I'm just not big enough as a YouTuber yet. They're not going to attack me too much. Oh, and I heard I'm from Korea. They had to let me know what's up. Oh, Lord, Madeline. I'm not letting them know I'm there for sure.
They're coming after you.
No. Gosh. Yeah, they take out my Stage Fighter ones. Those are long. Golly, they would probably remove my channel in one go easily. Just off
one go.
The amount of videos. Just like, yeah. Anyway. Bless it all. Oh yes, I do have Pokemon. They're right there. They're my 10-inch Funko Pops for like this big.
Oh, I got some a little Jolteon there.
Oh my gosh! Hey, all my Naruto stuff's in my room, so.
Oh really?
I vibe with your wall easily.
Yes. Anime.
Yes. Yeah. So Hi-Side don't they usually promote? They do, but that's why I found it strange. Is that out of everything to get blocked, it was that. But then I also looked at this. So this is just World Wide Web. If you do challenges, Cam, you can have this on your radar too. You have to, the audio in your video has to be from the YouTube equivalents. Like whenever you say you find the sound, you have to pull the sound and sync it up to your video. You can't just do it outside because then you're claiming it. That's what I
Mm.
heard from research. Like you can bypass that because in the monetization rules for shorts, being in the YouTuber program, you there's like a certain rule or something in play that companies like I'm allowed to make I'm allowed to monetize despite there being copyrighted music, which is why I found it really weird because you can't turn off the monetization on shorts.
Right.
So that's why I was like, I can't control the fact that I don't know if it's because I made money on it or what, but I made enough for like a Happy Meal. That's about it. But listen,
Right. Shorts is
hey, in
kind
this
of
economy, I'll take it. I'll take it.
right.
Anyway, but yeah, just wanted to say that was my Mnet situation. Oh, bless it all. But yeah, we've also on my Patreon side, we've been leaning into conspiracy theories in regards to what he thinks going to happen in the future, blah blah blah. But let's get through the episode, and then Cam, we can circle back to that of like,
Yeah,
you got any
definitely.
fun thoughts? Oh yeah, okay. Where were we? Mega Cruise, we already kind of touched on it. So Ojo Gang and Bums Up, based on views and based on how they're structured, both of us, I think, safe to assume that those will be pretty safe.
Yeah.
Now
Definitely.
the question is third place. Who do you think is going to be well, let's do elimination battles first because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Going in. Oh, somebody asked, do we know what K-pop energy is? I guess we should do the K-pop challenge first and then go into elimination battles because that's the order of it. So what are your thoughts on the K-pop challenge after a second watch, back end stuff? Somebody's asking what do we believe K-pop energy is?
Believe K-pop energy is? I see it's because it's changing, it's not the same as what it was like in early 2000s and coming in, right? Because I feel like it's kind of hard to say what is the K-pop energy, what is the K-pop style, what is the vibes, what is it, right? Because now these entertainment industries are starting to hire more LA choreographers, international choreographers, while also still integrating, people that are locally there that are also very, they work with them for a long time. So I think it's so hard for me to even explain it because I truly don't even know what it is, right? Because I could watch a dance practice between like 3 different groups, but at the same time, it's like they're all going to be different, but they're all categorized as K-pop dances, right? So
yeah,
to me, I feel like to me, I have to think about it more than the dance aspect, maybe more of like facials, the energy that you bring when you're performing, right? Like, do I seem like something more than just a dancer? I guess that's how I have to look at it now. It's like if someone seems like they're just dancing, then I guess that's not K-pop energy. I feel like that's what it is.
Who wants it more, Cam? Who wants it more? Who has star quality?
Right. That's probably that K-pop energy. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So yes, the K-pop energy thing. Firstly, the fact that they were saying that on a G-Dragon track. G-Dragon isn't. He's oh Lord. Like I also okay. Based on I've seen I'd say a safe number. I've seen about 1,500 to 2,000 analysis of K-pop at this point, like actual analysis videos, but I've seen a lot just from being a viewer. What I've noticed is the common denominator across the second gen all the way through to what we're dealing with now is the formations and overall composition that showcases your features. I think feature moments are important, but the catch is aespa is a feature-based group, meaning that you have enough people with different vocals that sets up your choreography more practically for that. But G-Dragon and Jenny, even though Jenny's been with Blackpink, so a lot of people can associate it that way. And then yes, G-Dragon with Big Bang, but Big Bang's never been known as a heavy dance group, really ever.
Never.
It's all been about their composition, like their tracks themselves and being trendsetters in that scene. So with G-Dragon, we don't like the public doesn't associate G-Dragon with dance, right? So that's why I come from that position of, okay, with the features, we are, I understand like that could be our goal, but Motive and oh my gosh, Ojo, they can't approach their tracks the same way that AG Squad and Royal could because of those components, right? That's knowing your audience and knowing who you're working with, right? Because if it's a K-pop challenge, you got to know your artist. Exactly. So to me, their approach felt more in line with the artist being dancers for the artist than inherently being the feature themselves. Because G-Dragon ain't gonna do that, right? He's gonna do this, and that's about it, and that's fine. So it's part of it is we don't know what everything was touched on. It's just what Mnet chose to include. So we have to keep that in mind. I don't blame the judges. I blame the circumstance, and we only touch on what's been said in the context in which it's being said, but I'm not projecting that context onto our judges because that's not fair to them, right? Even though they signed up for it, it's not fair to them inherently. I come from that position of, okay, I understand if we want to have more features involved, that's fine. If you want them to approach it with a more marketable structure of dynamics and formations and choreography, that's also fine. But that's not, K-pop is Korean pop, right? There are technically no rules. It's not K-poppy. That's not real.
Right.
That's not a real thing to say, because you also have to look at, okay, most K-pop's been inspired by American Black culture. You can cite this from R&B, hip hop, and if you touch on, I know SM's done an interview, like the head guy of SM was like, yeah, he was inspired by a lot of the American pop music scene, so they replicated the sound in Korea. So is that what it is now? I'd say there's still heavy inspiration. It's not as aggressive in that pool like it was in the past, but it's still something we can't ignore. Yeah. So if we're going to say, okay, hip hop is not K-pop enough, I'm sorry, respectfully, K-pop has pulled from that.
Exactly.
Has pulled from that culture. So you're basically saying we're denying history. Like, we don't care about what it was. We care about what it looks like. But even then, I would say the baseline, the whole point is the judges, there's a chance they may not even know what they were asking for either. They're like, I don't know. It's just not K-pop-y enough. It's very broad. Doesn't surprise me it happened. I just find it funny that it happened. That's not the worst thing that has come out of somebody's mouth this season. So that's why I'm like, but I agree. I think all of us are kind of in that position. It's the structure of it. And I think a feature-focused structure, I think, is more so the best way that we could have approached it, because we were noticing that from AG Squads. I really, really, really liked AG Squads format a lot for what it was. And I think that is a component of it, because they really utilized their members in very interesting ways, and they're intentional to the words. So I think that's how I would explain that in a nutshell to the original question. But anyway, back to the K-pop challenge, your overall thoughts. Whose was your favorite after watching them again for the second time?
Watching it again.
Knowing what you know.
Yeah, after I watched it a second time, I was definitely like, damn, AG Squad definitely did their thing. I was like, stupid clean. So I agree with AG Squad being really good. As far as another group that did think that did really good, that I honestly didn't really catch the first time, was I really liked Motive's take 2 on the K-pop mission. I really, because they looked like they were enjoying it, and they were just really feeling the music when they were going at it. I think Motive and AG Squad definitely did their thing for the K-pop mission.
Yeah, they absolutely did. No qualms really with that. I would say everyone should be held accountable to, K-pop challenge. Bums Up was not the was not the head front runner. Do I expect them to? No. I know most people do. I don't affiliate a team with, okay, they have to be first. Yes, they have a skill set that sets them up for success with the challenge, but that can be a double-edged sword. If you've worked with a lot of artists, you may be set in your ways. Just like if Rhea approached the G-Dragon tracks, that could work against her because of the affiliation. Royal Family too. A lot of people may not remember this, but Good Boy that we heard in the G-Dragon one, that's a Taeyang G-Dragon track, and Paris choreographed that. So Royal Family has affiliation to that track, but I don't know if any of the members of existing Royal or AG Squad were dancing with that, but Paris was involved on that. And Paris, my favorite, honestly, I still feel this way. Side note, one of my favorite Paris choreos that she's ever done for K-pop is Ring-a-Linga by Taeyang. That is still her 2013 8 down. Paris's 2013 era of choreo in general, insane.
That was crazy.
So my thoughts for the challenge, I think I love that Rie partnered who she did with who she did. Like that was that she did a good job making this challenge as successful as it was across the board. It was freaking sick.
I think even though Rie was like trolling Ojo Gang, giving him giving him GD, I just felt like it was a good challenge for them in a way, and I think it did definitely help them grow and just understand. Like they already knew it was a weakness of theirs, but I like how they were able to show that even though it was, they were still trying their best and trying to do that challenge the way that they did it. So hey, props to Ojo, honestly. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Oh man. Okay, eliminations. The elimination battles.
The battles. Let's see. One first about the battles, I do like the fact how they have an audience. That's my first time seeing it on Street Woman Fighter. Please correct me if I'm wrong, if it was already set there for an audience for the third season of Street Woman Fighter. I mean, technically second season of Street Woman Fighter, the one that Bada was on. I didn't make it too far to where the elimination rounds were, so I didn't see if there was an audience, but I find it really cool that there's an audience, and the judges that they chose as well, it was really cool.
So they have had audience members in seasons past, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll see them in the finale too.
Oh well, yeah, finale for sure. Yeah, I've definitely like seen the finales and stuff. I just didn't see the elimination battle one.
So what were your thoughts? Do you remember the order of them? Such as the first one was the crew versus crew choreography. Who was your pick for that?
Ojo. Yeah.
I get that. I would have opted Ojo, but I was thinking politics of the show, so I was surprised they didn't go Royal for it. Because that was out of all categories, that would have been the one that they would have had the highest chance of taking. But yeah, Ojo doing it because of how they broke off into different styles makes 1,000% sense for sure.
Yeah.
Second one, Kyoka versus Moana.
See, Moana did her thing. I just think because Kyoka, she's a battler, you know. So you could easily tell the first step that she did, she already understood the pocket of the song, and she ate it. I was like, okay, yeah, there she goes. But Moana, I could tell that she is a really good dancer and freestyler. But I think against her, I couldn't see a win.
Yeah. And it was. Yeah, it was a very high tense environment, and all the girls are tired and stressed too, on top of it all. So, and I have thoughts about that as we get through the rounds. But yeah, Moana reset a lot, meaning that she was repeating a lot of her choices. And whenever you're a dancer who doesn't really freestyle, which is royal family, and that's fine, they specialize in the skill sets they do, but they end up sacrificing freestyle time. Just as Kyoka specializes in what she does, which therefore will sacrifice other areas of growth. So with Moana, what happens with dancers is you tend to go to what's comfortable when you're put in a position that you're finishing out a phrase on that you don't know what to do next. You're trained to just reset and try again. So that cuts off the phrase in comparison to exploring through it, because that's a freestyle skill set that you normally work through versus having structure and having this is what you do at what time, which is what choreography is, right? So I was able to notice that for what footage we had from eliminations there. I am just very disappointed that we do not have uncuts for most of these battles.
Yes.
That's why I didn't do a review. I piggybacked and commentated off of Laxi's and Trix's because I didn't feel comfortable just looking at the bare footage like that.
The editing, it's like it's everywhere. I'm like, bro, please just play it.
Yeah. So my vote would have gone to Ojo for the reason of Kyoka was able to use her skill sets to her advantage and be able to showcase her style. Musicality was on point. Her pockets of timing were complex. She was not repeating herself from the crew before. Stevie's starting to write the Bible. Clapping in my living room. Wow, I'm so glad that my explanations or how I'm approaching stuff makes people like
they get it. They get you.
I get it. Yeah, so my vote would have gone to Ojo. Clear win, 5-0 for that. Okay, third round is the relays. So that would be Minami Kyoka versus, I think, what was it, Tisha and Isla? Were they the first relay or second relay?
They were the first. They were the first relay. I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
So that was a 4-1. Oh man, it was a 4-1 in favor of Royal for this relay. What were your thoughts there?
What was it? Was it 4-1? Right?
Yeah, I think round 3 and 4 were in favor of Royal Family for the relays.
I see. I honestly thought that Ojo was going to take it all 3 rounds. I think that relay. I can't. Let me see something real quick. Oh, no. While I check back on it, give me your thoughts real quick. On it.
It felt like Mnet was making Royal Family a pig at the slaughter. Like they were waiting it out. Because if you notice the audience, there wasn't an audience for round 5. So they needed to clear the audience in order to make sure nobody knew who won. So that means they had to bring it all the way down. They had to take it all the way there to eliminate, like the audience isn't there for the 5th round. So.
Oh, you're talking about like the actual like third round, not like round 1 and then there was like.
No, just the thing as a whole. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a 2v2, 1v1, 1v1. But the 1v1s were simultaneous.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, Prince Hades, I got your Instagram, by the way. Thank you.
Yes, the round. Yes, the third round. Yeah. I don't know. It was very. I think that one was with the two relays. I'm trying to check back on this episode. I'm looking at it right now because I'm not good at remembering who went when or like what was happening with it. Let me see.
Man. Yeah, it was very unfortunate. And the simultaneous rounds, I understand why they do it because you were able to get really cool moments like Lip J and Peanut from season 1. You get Waxy and Kirsten from season 2 with their simultaneous. But the concern is Mnet doesn't know how to regulate the space healthily enough to simulate that.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
not like that. The only way Places and Tricks touched on this, where like in the real battle world, you don't have simultaneous rounds like that. The only exceptions would be if you're doing prelims and you have a judge designated for a person. It just depends on the format. Or it's a whacking tiebreaker and they're both high level and you're making a decision in that sense. And there's separate rules for that. But Crump, you don't do that. Breaking,
No.
you sure don't do that. You don't
No.
do it in popping, you don't do it in Campbell locking, and very rarely do you do it in whacking unless it's a result of a tie. So that's why I get they're trying to, they may cut down on time or they're, wanting the judges to be able to see what they both do on the same track, but you should have done that crap from the jump. What SDC Street Dance China does very, very well that they need to adopt is each person has a specialty style that they want to do. The DJ plays 2 tracks. They both dance on both tracks. There's your decision. Very simple. Cut it down 30, 45 seconds because that's what people's concerns are is, oh, we want to see a dancer dance on their best track. That's not how battles work.
Yeah.
Ever.
No.
So I understand that's what you want. But if you notice the situation with Ibuki and Lip J, no reason for them to have needed to be on different tracks when they both specialize in the same style. So you just play the same song and make them call and respond. And if you saw Lip J was expecting to go on that track and then the track changed. So she had to recalibrate. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, it's not respectful to the dancers to operate the show the way that they are in the simultaneous battles, such as the grabbing of the banner.
The
It's
banner.
so
Yeah.
dangerous. I was feeling that way from the Danica Gabby tie. They're in heels. That's not safe at all. And I'm hopeful that they do away with it. I'm assuming that they have not filmed the eliminations yet because we are still in the voting for Mega. So that would be strange to do that. So I'm hopeful that they continue to hear, not just from me or you or from Trix or from Waxy, everybody and their mama being like, yo, stop with the simultaneous battles. It's not safe. No one
Yeah.
wants to watch him. Trix didn't even watch him. I did out of a courtesy of like I need to get as part of the watching the episode.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I don't have to agree with the format whatsoever. And Ojo for the 2v2, Ojo took commando easily with Minami and Kyoka there. And then Minami held her own on her own 1v1. And so it's really just goes back to the dog and pony show of, hey, let me show you what I can do in the boxing ring and not I'm a judge is there to serve. They're not there to be served. That's the
Yeah.
point of your judge. And that's what the issue is this season is the judges in the battle side, not all of them. I'm not talking about Baby Sleek or my guy from Japan. I'm talking about like, and it's not their fault. It's because that's just how it is, right? But we have to hold them accountable because they're in that position. You need to take responsibility and saying things like, who wanted it more? That's a subjective emotional feeling that goes off of, okay, how can you show me that you want it? Nuh-uh, not your job. Your job is to watch and to go off of a criteria that you did not have. And you showed that you didn't. And everyone's going to call you out for it and you got to take ownership of it. And if Mnet just happened to evil edit it that bad, then you can say that once the show is done.
Right.
Then, unfortunately, she just wanted it more. No.
Yeah, like
You just felt that way.
when it comes to the simultaneous battles, I feel completely the same way. I hate watching them because, like you said, if they're both high level and they're both let's say they're both within their same styles, like whacking, right? And they both understand the same pocket and everything and the musicality, then where do you take it from there, right? Then it's a race to who can get in front of who. And I hate watching it. I'm like, oh my gosh, please.
It's ridiculous.
Yes, please be careful, especially whenever it is a break dancer or also in heels. I'm like, no, I might stop. Because then at that point, how do you I can't even really like judge those battles in a sense, because it's like I know they're purely making decisions because it's like, first it is towards each other, then after not even like within like 10 seconds it switches, the focus switches towards the judges in front of the stage. It sits there, it sits there, it sits there, it sits there. I'm like, come on, like, you know, it's supposed to be a battle. And again, I really wish that they uh never change the songs whenever it does switches, because then, you know, I feel like it is unfair in a way that some of the songs that they give certain people whenever the song does switch, I feel like it's off preference, really. Because obviously if someone hears one song and then it's like, oh yeah, this is hype, then the song switches and is not to their taste, then I feel like naturally the vote will go over there, especially if they, you know, probably didn't even do super good, but like decent, you know, it just looks better because that's just the preference at hand. So yeah, when it comes to like the 1v1s or the simultaneous battles, I'm not a huge fan of them either at all.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we shouldn't have even gotten past round 3, in my humble opinion. Um,
Yes. Yes.
we didn't need to. We didn't need to. Don't have an audience if it's going to be a clean one like that. Like, and not try to drag it out. It was a royal family wasn't expecting to make it to the 5th round, but they were forced to. So
Mhm.
that's how that happened for sure.
Yeah.
Bless it. Bless that. Whew, goodness gracious. Goodness. But yeah, Ibuki taking the leader versus leader makes a lot of sense for sure.
Yeah. Definitely saw that one coming. I was like, leader versus leader. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yep.
This is it.
Mm-hmm. Better song. Yeah, Madeline says it's 2 people dance at the same caliber, but one is given a better song. Even if they execute it to the same degree, the person with a better song will always win. An example would be the Kyoka versus Riyahara battle.
Oh,
Because
yes.
Kyoka has danced to that specific song, Rie's specific song before against Zico in the finale of Street Dance China season 5. So I know exactly what she can do to that track, that's for sure. But she was given a track with no lyrics and the BPM was different. And Rie was still stuck in the same pocket across. She doesn't freestyle.
Mhm.
She held her own, but she held her own the way that Bada Lee would hold her own in a battle. So it's anyway, but it's that kind of situation. It was a plateau perspective based on the
Yeah.
outcome, which is fine. Rie's got her skill set and Kyoka has hers, right? So that's one component of many as to why the structure needs to be modified. But Mnet doesn't know how to simulate healthy dance boundaries at all for their shows, which is why not a single human that has gone through this show has ever said that they weren't stressed, everything was great, I had a great time, blah blah blah. All of them are like,
Absolutely not.
hell, and I never want to do that again. So, and the common denominator is Mnet because
Mhm.
they don't know how to handle taking care of dancers on a show like this with the time frame they're giving them. It's not healthy. So, anyway.
I think I remember someone saying that they wish Daniel was back because he would always be like, back up, space.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he understands. He understands what a bubble is.
Yeah. Exactly. The members and their family members. Yeah. Royal, fun fact, they're on IDL, International Dance League, the Steezy affiliated one. They just showed up on the roster. Those girls did for Royal for July. They have the first league in July.
Oh, it's in July.
July 26th, I think. Or is it? No, I
Ooh.
don't think it's June. That's really, really soon. I could be wrong though.
I'm
Whoops. Anyway.
excited.
But I didn't watch the Kyoka versus Rihei yet. I'm waiting for uncuts. I've been holding out for uncuts of all of the battles so I can just do them all in a thing. But I think we should transition to conspiracy theories. How do you think, Cam?
Conspiracy
Yes, such
theories.
as upcoming challenges. Who do you think judges will be? That kind of stuff. I'm trying to think. What so when it comes to the previous seasons, what have you seen of the fighter franchise up until this season?
When it came down to the previous seasons, was it there like the very first season where it was specifically a mixture of the like men dancers and women dancers?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they'll probably bring that one back specifically. I remember finding that one pretty entertaining, how they were just introducing every single guy that was coming on, and then it was like I remember, oh yeah, because that's right, because Honey J, that's what she brought J Park onto the show too. Yeah, that's right. I think that would be an interesting one to do again.
Let me see. Remember, New Zealand laws for working are very different than Korean laws. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things that pass in Korea, regardless if it's a law or not, because of it's a very hierarchy based structure of influence.
Mm.
So there's some things that could be illegal that are getting passed because of who's running the show or whatever, but yeah. So my conspiracy theories would be I would say we're going to probably opt for an artist mission
Oh
to see that
yes.
happen. For elimination number 2,
Oh.
I would say, like, okay, so for the artist mission, normally I can see them throwing something crazy, like it be a girl and a guy or something. Like they would throw in a male artist or something in the mix. Should they? I don't know. I would want to keep it to the solo artist for that, like the female artist, because that's just it's street woman fighter.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it just depends on logistics on who they're able to get and the time frame in which they can get them. I think that's always a huge factor. A lot of people have entertained they'd want to see CL. I'd love to see CL.
CL.
But
Yes.
also there's a chance, I mean, you saw Jenny on the screen for the next episode. They could be bringing Jenny, even though we already used her track for the K-pop mission. She could be involved in the artist. I don't know. I think for elimination battles, they're going to bring more battle guests. Who would you speculate to be battle judges for the second elimination? Because there's no way Mnet's not doing that. After the backlash, they have to. They have no choice. So,
They have no
who do you think they're
choice.
going to bring? Y'all put in the comments. Who do you think they're going to bring? I have my ideas, and but I'll wait. I'll wait to hear from you guys.
Who who would they bring? I'm trying to think about somebody that's like very, very, very well known in the battle scene, at least. Ooh, it's hard. There's so many people. Let me see. I'm not. I'm not too sure with this one. So it says Waxy. That's honestly, yeah. I could see Waxy. Mm,
Oh, hi. We don't know if she announced Mega Crew. They just showed her on the screen. They said special mission. I don't know if I don't know if they were implying Mega or what, because you have to remember, I think there's another challenge before eliminations. I don't think they
yeah.
Mega Crew. So somebody has to announce it though. And so they have a little party moment. So I could be wrong though, based on how they messed with it. But
Mhm.
I can see them manipulating because they've done it before, where we're assuming Jenny's announcing Mega, but she's actually announcing Artist Mission. I
Artist
don't know.
mission.
I don't know.
That's actually a really, yeah. Now that you mention that, yeah,
I have no
because
idea.
I feel like, especially with a show like this is outside of the whole dance perspective. This is very much like great promotion for a song for any artist to for any
Yep.
companies to sign their artists on. So I think, yeah, artist mission would definitely be the next mission going forward. Definitely.
That would make sense. I loved the fusion one where you had people be brought in from different styles. I love stuff like that. It's my favorite challenge on Street Dance China. They did that for I think it was for Street Man Fighter too. Yeah, I don't know, Loopy, if she said Mega Crew. You guys know how Mnet is, so I wouldn't be surprised if she's the one announcing Mega, and I also wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't and she was announcing a special mission. I have no idea. Who do I? So let me do my conspiracy on who I think the judges will be. I'm gonna think they're gonna get somebody abroad. I don't think they're gonna, just like they did for Japan, right? They brought the guy from Japan. I think they're gonna get somebody. And I think it'll be a guy probably, and then I'll think, I would say probably a female domestically is a pretty decent guess. But if they went with Baby Sleek for hip hop, and then my guy from Japan for house, let's throw in different styles. Let's say, I'd say whacking. Let's throw a whacker in there. It could be Sarah, Yoonji, Waxy. I doubt it'll be Tricks. I doubt it'll be Waxy. Based on how they've been recording, I don't know if they will. Oh, did she, Twinkie? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if she outlined or anything. I just went off of. I don't trust Mnet for anything, so I guess we'll all find out. I trust you guys more than I trust Mnet. They should bring Marid. I don't think Marid has enough clout to be a judge. I think they look at people who are like super well known in the Korean domestic scene, or like who's just well known globally.
Right.
I mean, see, I would love for them to have Wiggle show up. I don't know if Wiggles has it in his schedule too, because he's doing Lord knows what everywhere else. Because they could also bring Pop and Pete, but also no, Boo Boo and Denzel are on the SDC circuit of influence, and Pop and C, they're not on the Korean side as much. Denzel is more than anybody, but Denzel has a lot of affiliation with Ibuki because of a lot of his style and how he presents himself as such. So anybody that they bring in, they're going to affiliate with somebody else in the show. That's just how enmeshed this is. So, Loopy, you said, oh, Denzel. Yeah, they just had lineup. So anybody who was at lineup is up for grabs, honestly, for who could be in. Yeah. So I don't know if they'll bring Tricks. Maybe they will because of
maybe.
I could see Yoonji's a very, very good guess. I could see Yoonji being on it. I would say abroad. Who would you see abroad? I mean, if we're looking at what are some notable competitions that are battlers, I mean, Red Bull has been deemed a really noted place where people are like, oh, they won Red Bull, or oh, they were in Olympics, that kind of stuff. I can see them, touch on bringing in somebody that's affiliated in either Red Bull or Olympics. I can see that.
Oh, maybe. No, there's no way. Maybe Le Twins. No, right?
No, I don't think so. No,
right.
I don't think they would bring them in. Maybe though. I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, would they want to stay on brand with somebody? I mean, no, I don't know. We're just imagine bringing Sean or Casey.
Casey.
Man, I don't know. This is interesting, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, though, they're going to bring somebody abroad and they'll keep somebody domestic. And my guess is it's going to be like a whacker domestically. They haven't brought a whacker yet. And we have so many in our arsenal. Crown is too affiliated with Motive at this point because he was featured in their set. So I probably wouldn't bet on anybody in the Mega Cruise to be judges.
Yeah, just because it's like they're already. Yeah.
Howan's a decent option too, but yeah, I don't know. They're not. I will just say I don't think Mnet's going to be thinking about the battlers in mind. They're going to be thinking about how do we not get in hot water? Like, who can we bring in that's affordable, who can work at a last minute and can do this? I don't know. But those are my guesses. That's what makes this a conspiracy theory. We have no idea any of this. So we'll figure it out. So, but those are my official guesses. I'm locking in is I would say they're going to go domestic for whacking. And they're going to go abroad for another style, a style that hasn't been represented yet. So that would be what? Like breaking and popping haven't been repped yet in that way. But maybe not popping because Mike gets affiliated with popping.
They haven't brought a Afro dancer yet, right? Or
yeah, but they don't. Mnet doesn't understand what Afro is. No, they're not going to. I'd be shocked if they brought somebody in like that. I feel like they've been trying to bring in Paris for 5,000 people. So
Like your name keeps getting mentioned. You might as well hop on the show.
she's probably like, I don't have enough. I don't care enough. Literally, she's booked and blessed. She don't need to. But I'm trying to think. Now somebody asked, who do you think is going to be in eliminations? Like, who do you think is going to get eliminated outright, and then who's going to be for elimination battles? My gut tells me we're only going to have 3 people in finals. I don't think we're going to have 4.
3 people in finals.
Yeah, I think they're going to have 3 teams in finals. And y'all put in the comments who y'all think is going to get eliminated outright, and then who would be in eliminations if they went with that method.
Who would be? I think, because if I'm just thinking about Mega Crew alone, rather than just guessing, I mean, I'm gonna just say Ojo, since they've been there before.
They're the Buffalo of the season, or the Banks Brothers of the season.
Right. I'm like, listen, they were there before, so I feel like they could be, they're probably going to be put within that same thing again. But I mean, I feel like they will have no problem getting right back out of that through the freestyle battles, of course, and possibly, I think, is it too early to say bum sub? Is it? But the amount of view, the thing about bum sub is that the amount of views that they get are crazy in comparison to the other groups. So I think naturally, until the final rounds, I feel like there's no way they can get eliminated.
We're too popular.
Yeah, it's like immunity. I don't know, because the amount of likes that they get in comparison with everybody else, even though people feel a certain way with them, they're overpowered. Is like, yeah, they're even in the Mega Cruise. When I watched it, they were like at 8 million. It's probably somewhere.
They're at 11 million now, I think.
Yeah, see, everyone else was like averaging like 1 mil. So yeah, I think Bumps Up is definite. I think Bumps Up safe for sure.
Bums Up is safe. Yeah.
Go for it.
I would say if I think that, well, some people are speculating Mnet's not gonna let two Japanese teams into finals if we're going with just 3. So they may try to go for Ojo because of their popularity over RH. Now, conspiracy theory time. Do I believe that was their original intention? No, I don't. I don't believe Mnet had their heart set on Ojo Gang making it far at all. So that's just my conspiracy there. Because if you look at editing, it shifted after a couple episodes in favor of Ojo, but it wasn't that way from the jump at all. It's just because of public opinion really shifted how Mnet approached it. That's what I'm going to lean in on. And y'all don't have to agree, but I know a lot of people are like, oh, Mnet's been secretly evil editing RH the whole time. I don't think so. I think they were creating a Bebe narrative with RH is what I'm thinking. So Ojo, I think, was being set up. I can agree with that. And I also think that because of the outrage of the public, it backfired on Mnet. And now they're backpedaling and they have to figure something else out. So because of what's been happening. So that's my conspiracy. Now, knowing that about what I think going into this, I can see Motive. I hate saying this as an American. I can see Motive get eliminated outright because they will beat RH Tokyo or AG if they are against them in eliminations because of how stout their battling is. But RH will put up a bigger fight compared to Motive. Nope, compared to AG.
Compared to AG.
Right. Some people are saying it'll be AG, Ojo, and Bums Up. I don't know, because if you look at the megas, we've all learned, if we've all watched Road to Kingdom Season 2, Legendary War, Mnet has done this before, where they can give out certain amounts of money or budgets depending on the company or the team. They have been known to do that. They've been caught doing that. Do I think they were doing this here? I would not be surprised if they gave certain crews bigger budgets than others. So that's why I would feel that we could run into the AG did not have as much of a success on the cinematic front compared to other crews like RH Tokyo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, we also have to factor in currency conversion and how expensive things are depending on where you live. In America, videography is very, very expensive. I don't know how it is in Japan. I don't know how it is in Korea, but I know it depends on who you work with will determine how much it is. So I know that can play a role as well. But you can just look at the credits and see which teams had lots of people involved and which ones didn't have a lot of teams involved. Does that once again come down to just currency conversion? I don't know. So I'll just leave it at that. But I don't know because if you think of it this way, they wanted Royal Family for the clout of the group. Now they're not needed anymore. AG Squad was needed for Mega. Now they're not needed anymore. AG's not technically needed anymore, if you think about it, based on why they were here. Royal Family 2 wasn't needed anymore. But I have a conspiracy theory about Royal Family. Because if you think about how well-known Royal Family is as a brand, out of anybody, Royal would be able to stick up for themselves if they didn't agree with something.
Yeah.
I don't think Mnet's a broadcasting company that tends to like that kind of thing. So do I think that certain teams were edited the way that they were because of how they were behaving behind the scenes out of, hey, this isn't healthy. We deserve to be treated with some respect, or let me sleep? Because if you look at how everybody is looking in these episodes, they look tired. They look sleep deprived. That's not healthy.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I'm thinking, because somebody mentioned that some of the royal family members were not, they're not used to this. Most of the crews aren't. So royal family doesn't need the show. So why would they have to bend over backwards for a show that they don't need? So if you think royal family is a liability in that sense, eliminate them early is what Mnet would do. So if you see the entire time that show before eliminations, the entire time on the show, they were not edited well whatsoever.
Nope, not one.
Not a single time.
Not once.
And so I wholeheartedly, if that's going to be like the spiciest thing I ever come up with conspiracy wise, it's going to be that. I have a feeling that if royals, if things check out like that, oh man. Yeah, and I have another conspiracy theory about what Ibuki spilled about the Japan team, but we can get into that later. I mean, I have some thoughts about this stuff, guys, but yeah, my gut wholeheartedly is royal family stuck up for themselves. Mnet didn't like it and took them out.
Yeah, because just as easily you can like manipulate the editing. They could have, manipulated the likes, the views.
I don't know if they've manipulated the likes and views because they've gotten in trouble with doing that before with which is why we have Boys Planet, is because the produce situation, I mean, I got in hot water about it. So they're very sensitive about likes and views stuff. So, but I would say I would not, I mean, do I know itemization? Yeah. So I didn't know that Isla spilled that on live. Oh, are you talking about like the slippery shoe situation? Yeah, I don't know with that. I would say though, there is a royal family having as salty of an experience as they have. You can also notice with Isla, if I'm thinking of the right person, how she was wording what she was saying on the microphone. You know how like curt she was being so like she's not giving any emotional like, oh, I had a good time. It's we're on to the next thing. She was just like,
Yeah.
don't give them anything. Really what that was. So it wouldn't surprise me there. Now with the Japan team situation, where it was supposed to be one team, because I know Ibuki kind of low-key spilled that of it on her YouTube this side, because I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know what gets said there, but I know I watched the Ibuki one where she said there was supposed to be one team with like her and a couple others. Here's my conspiracy theory. So if that was the case, then that means that we don't have two teams, Japan teams. So what I'm thinking is there's a chance that, okay, it didn't end up working. So some people got dropped because one team stayed up. Because if we're keeping them separated, then, you know, one team's going to stay, one's not needed because you only need one team. And then let's say one team needs to be used either to get eliminated or for a rivalry, for a storyline, or for what. And then another team got brought on last minute. I have a feeling of which team is which team, but we can just kind of leave it at that. That's what my conspiracy is in that. So, but we won't know most, if not all of this until after the show's over. So the fact that we got as much as we got is already not impressive considering NDAs and how sensitive Mnet is.
4 episodes. We're only 4 episodes in, y'all.
Boy, howdy. So, yeah. So
this show is crazy.
Yeah. So, but yeah. I would be surprised if Mnet is not cracking down on videos, like cracking down on what gets out ever since, you know, Royal Leak and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I bet you they're like this, which is why I'm very thankful to not be involved with Mnet, but also I'm very sensitive to what I say too, is that I don't want to be on the radar for anything because I bet you they're sensitive right now about information getting out. So anyway, regardless if it's conspiracy theory or not, it's still hot tea in the air that we're all spilling together. But
right, Mnet trying to eliminate anything right now. They don't want anything out.
So based on popularity, I can see it being Bums Up and Ojo Gang. It would be strange if they made Ojo Gang eliminated outright. That would be the only way to prevent them from moving on because of how strong they are in battles. I can see them take Motive out outright because of how strong they are in battles and make it between AG and RH Tokyo. If they want 2 Japanese teams, they'll have RH Tokyo there. But if they don't want 2 Japanese teams, they're going to eliminate RH Tokyo outright. So it's going to come down to the preference on how Mnet wants to structure it. I will say this. This will be my last conspiracy theory, I promise. Hopefully. You ever realize how we were not given the percentages or any of those components as to how Mega Crew scores are going to be weighed until after? We're not told how they're going to be weighed before the Mega Crews launch. They didn't tell us. They just told us to vote. So we actually have no idea the percentages of global to judge voting. Conspiracy theory, they wait until the results are out and then they modify the percentages to work in their favor.
I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Because they can't change the likes and views, but they can control how much they're weighed.
That, yeah. I see where you're going with this one. That makes that honest. I didn't even realize that. Low key. I didn't even peep that.
So they're probably like, ooh, because they're gonna have who they want in finals. Duh. That's why I bet that's who they reached out to first. Then they're like, okay, how do we make that happen? And then from there, can that influence if there's a secondary challenge? Is that going to influence a point system to make certain teams go better? For sure. That is absolutely, yes. So that's my biggest, I have a couple conspiracies, but those are my guesses.
Yeah, because they literally just tell you at the start of the video, you know, vote for your favorite team, but it doesn't say.
I'm not going to tell you how much it weighs.
It doesn't tell you nothing. It's like, we're not going to tell you what we watch it for or anything, but you know, give a like, give a view.
Give a view, spread it out, but we're going to have who we want in finals, but you guys can play pretend. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Okay, because whether it's Artist Mission, Man of Street Woman Fighter, whatever, yeah, Yeah, criteria is super vague because it leaves room for subjectiveness and justification. Absolutely. Will be calculated as a sum and hit. That's fine. Yes, they did say that the global public rating will be calculated as sum of like number times 100 in the hits of the global posted. But that doesn't equate to points, because if you saw how the global voting worked, it was 1,000, 900, 800, 700, 600. It's not, okay, Bums Up got 2 million views, so they got or like 100,000 likes. They didn't get 100,000 points. They only got 1,000 points.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's probably what that's going to influence, because that's only one category of like 4 they measure. So they technically said, yes, this is how it's going to be weighted, but they don't know that we don't know how they're influencing the other categories to make sure that doesn't leave as much of an impact. Because if you think about it, Bums Up could have been taken over by RH Tokyo if the scoring from judges was better.
Yeah.
It wasn't that far off. Anyway, so that's my.
Yeah, because I honestly didn't think Bumps Up was gonna win against RH Tokyo during that. Because I was like, there's no way the 100 points technically meant nothing. it meant nothing, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bumps Up was a whole 50 under, yet the way the views and the likes work, it just happened to, push them over that edge in getting there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So somebody said that the reason why we have 6 crews, like the format of this season, is based off the Vietnamese season. Loopy, I have seen the Vietnamese season. What normally happens is they don't have another mission after Mega. They have the finale. So like they have elimination battles after Mega. And it's based off of like they did a private viewing with audience, and the audience did a vote. And then based on that vote determined in the judges who all like what the ranking was. So you had an audience, you had a global, and you had a judge vote for Mega was how it was scored. And then bottomest team got knocked out immediately. Second to last, and then the third place team, they went to eliminations, and top 2 were safe. So yeah. So and then Vietnam had the worst battle dancers, and then World of Street Woman Fighter didn't. I don't know if World of Street Woman Fighter is going to have another mission. My gut says yes. I hope so, but I
would hope so.
I believe we're only going to get 3 teams though in the finals. I'd be shocked if we get 4.
Yeah, 4 would. Yeah, I don't think it would make sense if it was 4 rather than just having the 3 at that point.
Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm kind of leaning and hopeful that it's true. Like the top 2 teams, I would be very, very surprised if Ojo Gang does not make it to finals because of their virality. Because Mnet wants to make money, and so the more popular your people are on your show, the more money that's going to be made because of viewership and engagement. So Ojo is very, very popular right now. So I would say that what production was wanting from not Ojo, they're going to put on Ojo as like, okay, they're popular, so we're going to push them to finals now.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, who's going to be that third team? I'm leaning more towards, I can see either AG Squad or Motive, more AG right now compared to Motive. But I mean, as an American, I want to vote for Motive. Like, I want them to make it through, of course. And then with RH Tokyo, I mean, I think that's a legitimate toss-up, because a lot of people are saying that RH Tokyo has already been used for what they needed to be used for, which really sucks to say, because they were able to get Riyahada's choreography for leader mission already.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is not fair to her. Like, everybody's getting the short end of the stick, and right now it's Riyahada, and now Bums Up because of their own devices. They're in hot water. But they're not going anywhere. It's just, yeah. Anyway, so, and then how do finals work? If it works the same, there's going to be 2 routines. One's supposed to be based on your color as a crew. And then the second one is, oh man, I'm trying to think. It depends. the first season of Street Woman Fighter was artist, so each one had an artist, and then Street Man Fighter. Oh my god, I forgot what the second one was for them. And then Vietnam was an artist mission, so they combined the artist mission with finals, which is why it really is up for grabs. Do you guys happen to know how many episodes are in the season? Like, did they say how many episodes? Because that, I think, will determine whether we get an extra mission or not. Because they can't, I mean, Tuesday's about to happen. They're going to have it's a filler, meaning that we're going to have Mega Crew talk about and a fun day in the sun. But then that leaves like a week for calculations, eliminations, and finale prep. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, so, I have no clue how many episodes are going to be on this one at all.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, but yeah, that's I think it's 10 episodes. Yeah, I would be shocked if it's already episode 4, we can't have the finale too early. If it's 10 episodes, we're going to have another.
Yeah, like at least 2 missions at least, right? If it's 10, episode 10.
Somebody says 8, some are saying 10. 8 saves money and time. Also, Mnet's got Boys Planet 2. That's already a whole mess that they're prepping for too. Anyway, so Mnet's got their plate full on the K-pop side and on the dance side. So, bless it. Somebody said they'll poop in front of the Mnet building if Ojo got eliminated. That's really funny. Mnet would be admitting to their own politics if Ojo got eliminated at this point. Like, that's how bad it would be. And some people would ultimately like not watch the show.
Yeah, Ojo's safe.
I feel
like Ojo's safe.
Ojo bare minimum final straight through. They're not getting eliminated outright. They'd have to go to battles, which I don't know Mnet would want to do that because of how strong they are. Like, because then worst case would be RH Tokyo versus Ojo Gang. It's the worst case.
Yeah.
Which is not, I don't think that's going to happen either, because the top 2 viewed things are Ojo Gang and Bums Up, but also that's only 100-point difference if they go off of that from what they did from the K-pop mission. It's a 100-point difference between Ojo Gang and Bums Up for Megas based on the global side. But I can see them maintain the top 2 rankings because of how their videos are formatted. They look the most Mega Crew in Assumption and how people normally affiliate Mega Crews.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I digress. But yeah, we pretty much covered the episode. We covered a little bit of conspiracy here and there. Do you have any other thoughts, Cam, about the episode, the series? Do you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns?
I mean, just from me, just seeing the elimination battles and how these episodes are going about, all I can say is that I'm definitely just super excited to just see how this all ends. I just need to see how this ends, really.
Yes, but that also makes it like super bittersweet, because then we won't have like these weekly tea spills.
Oh,
like,
facts.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's part of me is going to be happy with the closure of the crap fest that Mnet is editing this as, but then part of me would be really sad. Oh, Madeline, yeah, I hope they had a therapist in the building. Doubtful. I feel like the managers of the teams would probably be the therapists in this situation. I don't know. Because, each team because Royal had Paris's dad. So I bet each team has like a representative there. Right. And even AG Squad, they were talking to somebody in the episode. So my gut's like, everybody's got a manager spilling the tea, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, anyway. I don't know. Do you think they would throw in director's cut last minute just to boost points? Oh, man. I mean, I think, honestly, Prince Hades, I think it depends on the voting of the Megas are going to determine what all they do in the future stuff. Part of me thinks they need another mission to help with point manipulation.
Points, yeah.
You're going to need another mission for it. But I have no idea what that would entail. Yeah. So I honestly, yeah, let's pray for the managers of these teams because they're the ones probably getting put through the ringer just as much because they're not on TV, but man, they're probably having to be in between the production and the team, and it's just I bet it's just
Mm-hmm.
not fun at all. And they're probably sleep deprived too. They need a cookie and a nap. Goodness.
Cooking.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, but yeah, this was fun. This was fun. I always though.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Good talks. Good
hey
talks.
guys, let's all keep the conspiracy theories in the live. Let's not let Mnet know we we feel this way. They don't need
Yes.
to be snooping on my YouTube. They've already done that. I mean they're cool. They're great. We love
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, right. You know, no,
Wow. They're my favorite broadcasting network. They have so much integrity. Wow.
even though they might give random strikes on dance challenges, you know.
Fine. It's fine. It's just they fixed it. I will say, out of anybody that I've ever emailed on the YouTube side, they were very communicative. I was low-key impressed. They have that going for them. They are efficient. So just saying, if CJ Entertainment blocks a video of yours, send them an email. So exactly. We didn't talk about anything at all. Mm-hmm. Yep, Jane, I did hear that too. I heard that they don't sleep. Anyway.
Overworked and underpaid.
Overworked, underpaid, and no naps and cookies in sight. Goodness. Right. So, yeah, but I'm excited. I'm always these lives are always really fun because I get to like Cam. I didn't really know Cam like super familiarly until we started doing these, and I got to. It's nice to have you guys also talk about what your thoughts are too in real time, like real time. I
Yes.
don't normally stream, so this is like my only little streaming moments. This is kind of fun. So, but yeah, I'm not a Twitcher.
Not a Twitcher.
Not a
Yes.
Twitcher, but it's yeah.
It's always cool to just see how what everyone's just thinking in real time and just getting a
Absolutely.
chat with you guys just right here is really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, and
Yes, talking with you as well. Like I sometimes I feel like I don't have much to say, so I do apologize to you guys. But yo, Jess, she know what she talking about. I'm like, oh yes, that I had that in my head. I just couldn't get it to words for real.
oh man, and that's I'm appreciative of that. Thank you. And that's also too something that I have to remind myself is that I I want to be helpful, but also I have to be careful with what I say too, because then I know because it comes from me, it can have a sense of weightiness. So I have to behave sometimes where I'm like, I can't
Mm.
really say that because then Mnet will find me and stab me in my sleep and steal my channel. So I have to behave, especially if I'm covering Boys Planet 2 in the future. I got to really be on my best behavior because then they're going to have double the ammo to shoot me with. So that's why yeah. Anyway. But no, I appreciate the encouragement. A lot of you guys, when y'all say really nice things to me, it means a lot because I never know if I'm being helpful unless you guys tell me. So when y'all say that I'm helping you guys enjoy the show more, it helps. Thank you. It helps you be able to cope watching whatever we watch. So
Yes,
it's been
definitely.
good. So
Definitely are helpful.
yes. So Cam, what are you working on this upcoming week for people to know to check you out on?
This week I am posting more of my reactions for I did react to All Day Project.
Okay.
They did do that. And also fit to do some album reactions. I still have to get it to ATs and Stray Kids as well. So definitely going to check those out. And of course, episode 5 of Street Woman Fighter. Yes, definitely go check it out. Even though it's like fillerish, nothing's really gonna happen. You know, I still gotta, I'm still gonna check in.
It's luckily if we're at the halfway point, Mnet does tend to chill out, which is nice. So it's not as aggressive on the editing, but it's still going to be a bit spicy, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be watching probably everything that exists under the sun over the next
Everything that exists.
week. Yeah, I'm just teasing, but any comeback that comes out that I've marathoned the group I most likely look at. So currently marathoning BTS still, and I'll probably be marathoning them until they come back. So which is fine. I think that's good. That's my timeline, is by the time they come back out with a track as a group, that's how long I have to finish their marathon. So I'm over halfway. We'll see if I can make it happen.
Hey, over halfway. That's a long journey.
It's a long journey. Right now I'm teetering close to 400 analysis just with BTS alone. So it's a lot. We're working over here on the Patreon side. So that's all over there. I'm also, there's a couple things with 17 that's been coming out. So I've been looking at that. AT's just dropped their Lemon Drop. I already looked and analyzed that.
Yes.
Requests, some Anteen stuff. Got battles. So lineup 10, where a lot of our favorites in the Streeter franchise, they all compete or they work that event. So they are currently uploading the battles now, which I've been doing good about not getting those spoiled for me. So as soon as all of the battles are released, I know, Madeline, I know. As soon as all the battles are released for lineup 10, I am going to take care of that. Like, I'm gonna watch them all and look at that. And I'm also marathoning the whole battle circuit of lineup. So I'm on season 5 right now. So I have about 4 more seasons of the battles to look through. Yeah. There's no one from the US reacting to the show before me. Aw, that's really sweet. Thank you. Looking for an analyst. I will say, if this helps you guys at all, dance analyst is not a commonly used term at all, which is why I can't, well, I could. I don't put on my videos dance choreographer analyzes or dance analyst reacts. I have to put dance choreographer reacts because that's a more marketable tag in the title to be found.
Right.
But my goal, though, is I want to be able to say dance analyst reacts, because reaction's half of it, but also analyzing is what I mostly do because I love doing that. And I'm like an ESPN commentator for dancers is really what my goal is. So
ESPN.
Right. Yeah. So, but I appreciate that. I'm glad that I've been able to be a U.S. advocate for the fighter franchise as long as I have. And now we have Cam in the mix, and we have Braylon too. And I know Mary Claire. She's where is she based, in Africa? Is that what she said? South Africa? Okay. Yeah. So she's based in South Africa. Someone said you're doing so many things. I literally don't know how you have enough energy or 24 hours sleeping. And I do sleep, don't worry. But I will say, though, I am on break from all 3 of my studios that I work at. So I have time to play catch up and to do dense recordings of things. During the school year, however, that gets really tricky. And then I just saw somebody say, I found your channel through the Motive Mega Crew and I love you. Aw, I'm so glad you're here. You're going to binge the whole channel?
Binge the whole channel?
Are you sure? I will say this. I would actually inspire you. Patreon, just go. You don't even have to pay. Just make an account and just join the Patreon, because you get all of it full screen. Most of what you see, all on my YouTube, you get it all full screen if it's a little baby screen there. Because there's some things that I can't put on YouTube because it gets blocked.
Right.
Yeah, but go watch away on my channel. May the odds be in your favor. I don't know how many videos on YouTube compared to Patreon. Patreon, I have over. The coffee does give me superpowers, correct? And I do have one in the fridge cooling down, and I'll have my little energy drink here soon too. It's fine. I am booked and blessed, booked and busy. Oh man, I'm trying to think. For analysis, I've done over what's released on YouTube, because I chilled out on the schedules because I was shooting myself in the foot on analytics, which, side note, Cam, that's something that if you want to think about, fun fact, guys, I took a YouTube analysis course. So I had somebody analyze my channel the way that I analyze dance. They analyzed my channel. And my schedule, I was shooting myself in the foot in terms of reach on the videos, any video, because I was putting out so much. I used to put out 5 to 8 videos a day is what I used to do. I have 1,439 videos. Okay. I would triple that number for Patreon. So almost 4,000 videos on Patreon. Oh my
God.
Because what has happened, it's not because I don't want them to go on YouTube. It's because I can't, because I have to do one video per 24 hours in order for the reach to work, or for you guys to actually get the notifications on it, because sometimes it gets slammed on notifications. And even on Patreon, I have to modify the posting to where I have to make a separate post that shows all the videos I reacted to that day. Because that's why I was saying, if you want more videos, go on my Patreon. It's literally there. You don't have to, guys. Side note, you don't have to go on there, but if you just want whatever I look at in real time, go there. Because everything on YouTube outside of, I think, World of Street Woman Fighter, everything else gets early release. Like, as I make it, it goes there. And then I have to wait one video a day. So even sometimes I have to push back K-pop analysis because World of Street Woman Fighter's on. And then,
I see what you mean now. Is it the same way for shorts too? Does do shorts
are on a different schedule. So shorts still do 24 hours, but what's nice is sometimes I'm like, okay, if a video is not performing well, such as the reach isn't, it's just not a video that people are interested in, which is totally fine. It's still there in the real world. I can upload a short that helps recalibrate the reach. So that's why shorts help, and there's different schedule times depending on where you live. Like, you and I live in the same time zone. And it also depends on the people that are watching your channel too. So there's I learned so much about how to make sure I don't swamp people
with just videos here, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So I'm just trying. I used to really overwhelm people. I think early on Patreon, I would post and they would get an email notification. 14 videos a day is what I was doing way back.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Thank God I'm not her anymore. I feel bad for everybody for that. But anyway, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I know you're all in different parts of the world. So yeah, that's what I'm working on, is anything and everything. I have 2 marathons going on right now. When Boys Planet 2 drops, I'll be reviewing that. When IDL drops, I'll probably review that. D-League just concluded, so that's helpful. That's all completed on YouTube and on Patreon. And then Patreon requests as I get them. Some of them are battle circuits, some of them are not, but lineups what I'm looking at right now, if you're curious about what battle circuit. And then I'll move on to the next one. So that's pretty much it.
Dang. Full schedule ahead.
Yeah.
Full schedule ahead.
I do not recommend the schedule for most people. So Cam, you just do your thing. You're doing fine.
At most, I've posted today has been about 3 to 4 videos a day. But then I don't know. I just stopped doing that because I was like, I really don't want this to feel like work. I want to keep enjoying the whole editing process. The editing is the hardest part. I love recording.
Well, Jane Mary just asked, how fast can you edit? So how long does it take for you to edit a video?
A reaction is super quick. Maybe 15, 20. Yeah, I don't do much behind the scenes editing wise towards my videos, just because I understand when someone clicks on a reaction, they want to see a reaction. So I don't try to do too much on the opener closer side of things. But every other video, if it's sometimes I make some gaming content, the editing for that one, oh yeah, that's gonna take me a cool 2 hours.
I get that.
2.5.
I get that. My videos take about, the downloading and the uploading take the longest. Editing takes about 5 minutes to edit because I have everything as presets. So that's what's nice. So I do that. And then the only ones that take a long time are when I have my previews, here's everything I'm looking at for the month of June. Those took longer than editing any analysis ones. So, but yeah, it's pretty much it. Thanks for asking, Jane. So the editing's fine, but the exporting takes a long time because the files are really big.
Yeah.
So, but because I also don't cut, it's just very uncut.
You don't do cuts?
No, for my analysis, that's why they're long, because we're just go going. Because everything deserves to be talked about, but if it's if I'm on a tangent about something and it's just not practical for the video, then I would cut that out. Or if I sneeze, I would cut that out. Or a lot of times I pause the video. It's programmed in. I can pause the video to go research something real quick before coming back. So it's already like pre-edited. Like, and I remember
just cut that.
Yeah, like, and I make a note too if I need to. So, but yeah, it's pretty much it.
Yo, welcome. How you doing? Ted. Oh.
Funny. It's funny. Oh, this is a big thing. So I am less than 1,000 subscribers away from 19,000. And I promised the World Wide Web that I would marathon SB19. So that's a Filipino group, right? A P-pop group. So I have to have that on my radar too. I'm paying attention. I'm not going to be late on that. So that's not on top of everything else. So anyway,
hey, you're gonna hit that you said 19K. You're about to hit 19,000.
I'm trying. Hopefully, it's like, yeah, I want to hit it soon, but I kind of don't want to hit it like too soon because then I'll feel rushed. Like I want to be able to like take my time prepping. I know, Madeline. Look at us. We're doing stuff. We have people hanging out with us. It's so nice. It's so fun. Yep, it's cool. So I'm trying to treat everybody well, and also I am hitting my 2nd anniversary of doing what I do on YouTube next month. So that'll be probably another little thing that I do. I don't know. Probably live stream again. Q&A will roast me or something. I don't know.
Q&A.
So, but it'll be good. But yeah, so y'all can come hang out for that if you want. It'll probably be a live stream for that.
Fun.
Yep, that's pretty much it. So do you have anything else, Cam? Do you guys in the comments have anything else before we all sign off for the weekend to get ready for the next week?
I'm all good.
Okay, I'm personally good as well. I mean, do you have a catchphrase you say at the end of your video, Cam?
Oh,
what do you say?
I typically say Cam is out because like I'm here.
Cam is out.
I'm sorry, I'm so corny, y'all. This is
That's
just
funny.
how I am. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like Cam is out. And then I just be like, peace. Bella, see, look, why are you ink? So funny. Getting on my head.
What did I come back to?
What did I come back to?
Our
my usual silliness. You're used to it. She's a regular of mine.
Love it. So I say I'm Jess, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Yep, Madeline said it. Yep. That's what I say. Catch you on the flip side. And I have a tier on Patreon called On the Flip Side because I would say it so often.
That's actually, hey, that's a lot smoother than mine. Hey, do I have to rework mine, guys?
Allison, that's dope. Cut the cams. Cut to black.
Cut the cams? Eating.
Put that on a t-shirt. Woof. Woof.
You won't get mad if I steal that from you, right, Allison? You fine with me taking that?
Wait, that eats. No, it does. That's a t-shirt. Allison, copyright that immediately and then make him buy it. I'm just kidding. Make it out to work. Oh man, but Cam, this was great, guys. This was great. I'm Jess, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Cam.
I'm Cam, and Cam is out. Peace. Bye.